Alright, so here is the new project. Luckily, the most of the outside of the house is in pretty decent shape. There's a couple of flaws on the siding, where the siding's loose. The garage siding needs a little bit of help, but that's not the highest priority. The roof is, I don't know, 10, 15 years old or so. They've put a few updated windows in it. One of the things that definitely made my list of to-dos is getting this underground feeder cable secured the rest of the way. But at least the service has been updated. It's got a disconnect down there in the basement, or the partial basement. The foundation is newer, much newer. Apparently some of the floorboards had some problems, some structural issues. Need to get out here and clean out all the gutters. We've got rain coming in about a week, so I'm going to try and do that fairly soon. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, these windows are a smidge newer, but it still has some of the old nasty wooden ones that I imagine are original to the house. It's going to be a lot of cosmetic repairs to do, a lot of drywall work, mudding and taping. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera just how crooked that little section of the stairway is. That's plenty crooked. Electric baseboard heat. Once upon a time it had liquid radiators. I don't know what it was fueled by, but imagine propane being out here. More drywall work to be done in here. Little downstairs master bedroom. It's hard to get far enough away from any of the walls to really show them well. Yeah, here's one of the old windows. Not as bad as the two that are upstairs though. It's one of the nicer parts of the house. It's hardwood floor. I don't know how old it is, but it looks decent. Till somebody does something ridiculous with the trim like that. This is the first time I've noticed that casing molding laying flat like that. And that's interesting. Oh well, such is life. I think this chimney here is defunct. Thinking there. Oh yeah, there's another one that no longer. I don't believe that one goes up through the roof any longer either. And the kitchen is interesting, to say the least. I wonder how cold this house is in the winter with just these electric baseboards. That doorway leads down into the basement, or the tiny little half basement, I guess you'd call it. No light down there, so I won't bother to go down there. Oh, another thing that's crooked, but don't know if it'll show up on video. Wonder how old that thing is. All right, let's see here. Let's oh yes, let's go into the bathroom once. Bathroom's kind of interesting. So someone has spent a little bit of time updating the bathroom, but they opted to not put a door to the bathroom. This is going to be real hard to show on camera because it's really tight, but put some new linoleum down, a little dividing wall here. There's a what looks like a functional chimney behind this wall here, and then you walk right into half of the bathroom. Shower, I just cannot get far enough away. Toilet, exhaust fan. Let's take you guys upstairs here. This is where it gets a little more interesting. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but now we're into plaster and lath, and it's kind of falling off the walls here, so gonna have to get some attention on that. Nice big bulge here. Transition. There's I believe that was an old boiler pipe, 2-inch rigid pipe of some sort. Nasty old wooden window. This little oddball disappointment room here, I guess you could call it, with a modernized window. No idea what I'm going to do with that little room, but oh well. I'll figure that out eventually. And another bedroom with a crummy old wooden window. Clearly there's been some roof leaks over the years. Hopefully I'll get up on the roof and kind of visually inspect it in the next few days to confirm that the roof is in fact okay and not likely leaking any further. I'll take you guys out back here in just a second. Figured I'd come over and pick up some brush, but I'm gonna have to actually bring the pickup truck to get it. I think there's just too much of it. And here is the chimney that seems to still be good, but no, I don't believe it's used for anything any longer. I'll show you more of that when I get outside. And now we're out in the garage. It's got a decent sized garage. Roof seems to still be in decent shape. Some of the walls are a little bit rough, but not so bad that they can't be fixed up at some point. It's always nice when you've got vegetation growing on the inside of the house or inside of the garage instead of the outside. We'll walk you outside here and we'll go around back. There you can see the what appears to be a fully functional modernish chimney. At least most of the gutters and downspouts are in decent shape, it looks like. Just there's none on the garage area. And things get a little overgrown back here. definitely a good size backyard, good size lot. Unfortunately, there is a tree over there that I think is going to have to come down in the springtime possibly. It's in rough shape, leaning over the neighbor's property. Half of it's already come down, or a third of it's already come down. And this tree here isn't exactly doing great either. Sucks to have to destroy a tree that size and that old, but that may have to happen in the future also. Okay. On the positive side, it looks like that tree's walnut, so maybe I can find something interesting to do with some of that wood one of these days. It's kind of unfortunate somebody cut it into pieces that small, but I think it's walnut. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not walnut. It doesn't look nearly as dark right now. Let's see. I think this tree is the same thing. So surely someone will know what that leaf belongs to. But yeah, the whole tree is kind of leaning over, and I think it's gonna, if I don't do something about that one, it's gonna destroy its smaller brother there. And there's a good shot of that, or a better shot of that functional chimney. And there's the well and the septic. Not that you can see the septic as overgrown as everything is, but the back side of the garage is a little bit worser off. And there's some oddball chunk of concrete out back here. I have to figure out what that thing was. Looks like it's about 18 inches wide, maybe 4 foot long, 6 inches thick or so. I don't know. Let's see. Not that that's a terribly important thing, but anyways, this ought to keep me occupied for a little while longer, I suppose. So I will catch up with you guys later.